Facebook Live changed its little starter button, and so we weren't sure we were there.
Not Facebook Live, it's my other software. So
Oh, Nancy's other software. Somebody's software somewhere changed. Anyway, I wanted to start it with this so that you'll notice this beautiful snowy scene. And it's like, oh, baby, it's cold outside. Okay, enough play. How are all of you this week? And good to be here. Saw your questions. Didn't read all of them. So, gosh, I'm looking at Nancy. She's going to say hi in a minute as soon as she's done
fussing with the other computer. Hi, everyone. I hope you can find us because this is a different post on the Facebook page because I had a software glitch. I wish they would quit changing the software on me. Welcome to... so I'm typing. Go ahead and talk.
Go ahead and talk. Well, gosh, what am I going to talk about?
We're going to talk about receiving and being open to receive.
You know, that is a great subject, especially around this season, is because this is a season of what people say is giving. And everybody's in that mindset. Well, not everybody, because not everybody celebrates the same holiday. Yet there's many millions of people that are in that mindset of giving. And that isn't just presents. It's giving of themselves to the point of exhaustion. It's giving of themselves to the point of emotional discomfort. And so let's look at it as also the balancing act of giving and receiving. And, you know, when we do this and we open our hearts and we give from our hearts, that energy is pure and beautiful. It actually supports us and whoever we're sending that energy out to, but also allows us to bring in the receiving. And, you know, there again, that's what creates balance, and receive it through the energy of love. You know, we have so many teachings and trainings around obligation when we receive. You know, there's a lot of negative belief systems, for lack of a better term, but it helps with an understanding. And so it's you know, we live in energy and energy balance. Give, receive, give, take, and know it's okay. But to do it with joy, do it with gratitude, and especially do it with love. That's when you're giving out and receiving. That's what supports all of us in this lifetime. And it increases the influence of light in our world. If we're giving due to the feeling of obligation, then the energy is not moving smoothly and in the flow of all life. Instead, it is pulled down to the atmospheric ranges of deep fear beliefs. So as you open all that you are into the aspect of love and send it out with that love, you are supporting not only the self, you're supporting all life on earth. Yet to be able to bring it back to you is one of the greatest gifts of all time. We say that because that is continuing the flow of energy, bringing it back in this beautiful way of love and support. Now, it may not come back to you in the way that you believe it should, and we do ask that you release those ideas of shoulds and must-dos and have-to. When you give with love, then the energy comes back to you in the way that is the best, the most uplifting for you, and the most loving. So open the doorways, open the arms and the heart, and receive all of the goodness of life. You do not have to qualify or quantify it. It is only allowing the beautiful or beatific flow of love to support life. So that's what they wanted to start with today. I thought I'm getting tingles everywhere, so this is making me. See, I always say there is no makes. This is bringing my energy body up. It is supporting me, and it is supporting me with love. How beautiful is that? Because it isn't just for me, then it goes out and touches everybody who will receive it. And there's the key, being willing to receive. Really look at the thoughts you have in your mind, all of the old teachings, trainings, programmings about this idea of receiving. So many of us receive these messages of, yes, it's better to give than to receive, and don't be selfish, don't be greedy, wait your turn, all this long list of judgment and condemnation. If you actually reach out to receive something, instead of saying, hold it, allow yourself to joyously open your arms and receive. Let go of the idea of any old beliefs you have around it. Back in the day, in my old life, the life before this life, this one of Cherry Divine, is I had a lot of old negative teachings about obligation, manipulation, owing people, which is close to obligation, but it was holding a different context. If somebody gave me something, and then there was not deserving, because I had a belief I was less than. And as I'm talking about this, I'm starting to sink energetically back into that old. And many of us have these trainings. We have had these experiences. And so it's looking at them and understanding they were part of your earth walk. They are not there to be your full earth walk at every step you take in life. It was an experience. It wasn't anything that's anchored in forever. What did you learn from it? How did you feel? Really dig into these emotions and allow yourself to see where the old lower energy pockets are and clear those out and allow divine love to come in. And I say that because what people don't always understand is when we hold those old beliefs, we actually condense the energy in our bodies and we build up these pockets of lack of better terms, dark energy. And that's where we actually begin the process of creating ill health. So when we are willing to look into these and say, hold it, this was a chosen experience, this is what I learned from it, it's not an absolute, then we're able to let that energy go. We can use forgiveness, we can use gratitude, we can use any of what we consider higher emotions to clear this. Yet a key is to understand that it isn't a lifelong torture is the word that's coming up. You don't have to go through it forever. Let the experience be what it was in that moment and know you've moved from that moment and let the present be here and create differently. So that's what I had to say about that today, Nancy.
Whoa.
It got really deep. Energy inside. So many of us, we get stuck in this idea that what we experienced in one moment is everlasting the rest of the life. And, sure, that experience existed, but do you want to create the rest of your life from that experience? Do you want to keep, cycling through that old program and putting it out in front of you and reliving it? Or do you want to step into, hold it, I've done that. What I learned from it, what I gained from it. I think it's time. Oh, I'm going to not think. I'm going to choose. I'm going to step into my power and choose to create differently because I have that ability.
The power of choice.
Yeah, a conscious choice, not autopilot.
Oh, darn.
When we keep going by those old programs, we're just on autopilot. We're not stepped into. That sounds like an odd sentence to me. We are not stepping into our personal power and choosing to manifest with all of our ability. We're going to have a little fun today. I can feel everybody getting really serious. It's not hard work and it's not serious business. That's human belief. The more you do with love, laughter, and joy, the quicker you walk through this life with peace and ease. It isn't momentarily feelings of bliss or whatever name you give to it. It is actually something you may have in your life in all moments. But, yes, there is a catch here. It is claiming the self. It is consciously choosing. It is allowing, opening the door to receiving, and allowing the energy of grace to move from you. I think I'm done.
Okay. All right. We'll
Maybe.
see. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Frida's question goes a bit with the receiving, so that's why we're going to, well, she did ask it, one of the first ones. What I don't get is how to ask Spirit for help. The Bible says ask and it will be given. Others say to just thank and act as if it is done. To me, that is manipulative. I ask and then thank and know it will be done. So what do you and the ancients say?
Get out of your head. There's a beautiful example of teachings and trainings of having to do it in a certain way, or, there's selfishness, there's greed, there's, very manipulative. Do it in the way that suits you the most. First of all you have to do is put it out there. For you are the living creator of your own life. So as you put it out there, are you feeling as if you do not deserve? There is no judgment outside of this world. There is no source saying you are shameful for doing and asking. The only limits that are applied to your world are the ones that you have applied. So, if it feels better for you to ask and then say thank you, that is a perfect way for you. If you want to look at it and throw it out there, dearest ones, I'm ready for, and that is your way, let it be that way. Let it be in the way that feels the best for you. The one, we started to say requirement, but that is just a belief system of mankind, humankind. Yet it supports you the most if you open the doorways of your heart, the vibration of your heart. Again, this is not in mankind's human belief systems of conditioning. This is the aspect of divine love that you are. All it is to remember that and send out what it is that you would truly love to have in your life. With the vibration of this divine love you are. Look at any areas in which you do not feel you deserve. Is it not time to break down the old ways, the old mindsets? Is it not time to remember the beauty of life and allow it all in for the self? Dearest one, Miss Frida, you are not asking out of greed, selfishness, and neglect of others. And truly you are not asking that much. For is it not a wondrous thing to ask and receive perfect health? Is it not a wondrous thing to ask and receive financial support? Is it not wonderful to ask and receive love? For there is none that you are not asking for golden faucets. You are not asking for transams. You are not asking for a castle on the hill. You, my dearest one, are asking for some of the most human, basic human longings of life. And truly, those are beautiful. So ask in the way that brings joy to you. There is no writing that says how it is to be. Remember, the writings come from belief systems. Is this your belief system? So there you go. They are with us today, and it feels really good.
They might like the snow. I don't know, huh?
I guess. I told Nancy I was going to put on a stocking hat and scarf, but it's a little warm in my house. I was like, I'm not doing that. And that was for this beautiful snow scene. See? I like my snow scene. I want to share it with everybody. I don't want to be walking out in it, for real. But not right now. Not until I get warmer boots.
Oh, you're too funny. All right, let's move on. We got a number of questions. So, okay. Jacqueline Lee sent it via email. I'm interested if anyone from the other side has a message for me.
Just all of a sudden, just a lot of laughter. And here's the thing, Jacqueline, honey, there's people you want to hear from. And it's being specific. Who do you want to hear from? This is one of the things people aren't always aware of. When we open this door to allow those coming in, to be there, is any that are around are going to jump in for the opportunity. Now, you may not know these entities in this lifetime. So, it does show a very pleasant-faced woman. Her face feels somewhat rounder, and her eyes are a little on the round side. She's got one of those cheery faces. One of those, whether she was always cheery or not is beside the point. She just happens to have one of those faces. And it feels as if she plumped out somewhat as she aged. She was somewhat smaller when she was younger, but I'd say smaller to the point of being petite. She doesn't feel overly tall. And there's a grandmother feel to her, and she's like got an old bowl and she's stirring batter, and it has to do with the holidays, and she's just letting you know she's supporting you through this time, that you're not alone, and she'll help you set your dinner table and plan your menu. And it's this is fun. See, let it be fun. It doesn't have to be a hard and heavy question, and if you say, well, I don't know any of my grandmothers, that really doesn't make a difference. They still have a connection to you. So there you go. There's your message. Oh, get out an old bowl and do something by hand, even if you're not a great cook. Or maybe you are. I'm the one that's not I claim that a lot. I'm not a great cook because it's not my joy. Yeah. It's edible. It's edible. And I do love to bake. And it's getting time for gingerbread cookies and fudge. When I get back from Hawaii.
Oh, damn. I gotta wait.
I know. Yes, but I'm going to get you some, honey. Meg comes over and helps me with that. I got to let her know.
Okay. Well, Jacqueline did not finish. That we have more. She has anxiety about her disability case this coming April that goes before a judge then. How will it turn out? I've been struggling for 6 years.
Okay, first of all, I want you to let go of this idea of struggle, because it carries an energy that continuously creates struggle. Start seeing yourself in that point of being supported and others around you supporting you. Years ago, I got a very well-deserved speeding ticket that was like right at $300. Yes, I know. I just saw Nancy's eyes. And I was a single parent. I didn't have that type of money. And I prayed and asked, angels for support. And first of all, they do not judge. They do not say why. And I saw angels in the corner of the room, the judges, the courtroom, as I went in there. And I just held that image. That's all I did. I held the image. I was willing to pay on time, but I was in this point of fear. And so I went in on the day of the ticket, and nobody's in the courtroom. Nobody. And all of a sudden the court clerk comes out, and I'm looking around because I'd walked out and walked back in. She said, asked me what I was doing. I said, I'm here for a ticket. I'm supposed to go to court today because I was going to fight it because I didn't know what else to do. And she took the ticket, took it to the judge's chamber, and came back and said, well, the policeman could not be here today, and he didn't give enough notice, so we threw all of those tickets out. So, don't hold a belief it has to be a certain way. I want you to see yourself supported and loved all the way through this. See success in your case. Let that be the energy go forward. See angels in each corner supporting you with love. Create what you want. You're not powerless in your life. You stay powerless when you feel the struggle. And this isn't a lecture, and this isn't a pointing a finger like you're not doing it correctly. That's not the case. It's remembering that you're this beautiful manifester and that you deserve a life of love and support. And so I see it very positively, yet let's negate the fear. See the judge aware of you and very conscious of your circumstances and compassionate and empathetic And it does feel like a male judge, and he does listen to what's being said by you. Just saying. Okay?
So, angels in the corner, angels in your corner.
Yes. Oh, I like that. That's perfect.
I wrote it down. I'm going to do something with it. I don't know what. All right.
Well, you can see, you don't have to have just 4 angels. Have the room filled with them, standing next to you, sitting next to you, sitting on the desk in front of you. I don't care. It's just knowing you're not alone. That's people keep thinking they're alone, and they're not.
Lovely. All right. Christine is going to have surgery in December. Is this the right thing to do? Will everything go well?
Thumbs up. That's what I get right there, Christine. Thumbs up. Again, let's go back to that angel thing. You're not alone. See, angels with you during this time. It relieves the pain that you're feeling in your body, takes care of the circumstances, and let the surgery be something that removing physically a piece that's no longer wanted in your life. And I see thumbs up. Good job.
Nice.
They say there's no better time to do it. Yeah.
Smart Alex, huh?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
And we have something from Romy. Now, who is Gwen? She has written a couple times about Gwen.
That's her daughter.
Thank you. Okay. So Gwen wants to know why her top boss wants her and other psychologists to meet with her on Friday. Will this mean she might get her assignment changed, or will everything stay the same for her? Thanks.
Nothing ever stays the same. Please remember that. There is nothing that ever stays the same. It feels like there are economic situations going on, funding, that sort of thing, and they're regrouping, reorganizing. It doesn't feel like a bad thing. There might be a few minor changes in Gwen's areas or task to do, but it's also pulling everybody together as a group and getting everyone working on the same page. So that's what that's about.
Good. And Elizabeth, my wedding rings disappeared over Thanksgiving. What happened to them, and how can I get them back without hurting anyone?
Well, I'd ask. So that doesn't hurt to ask whoever was there. I'm not a great finder of things, but one of the things I do see when things are there, I see whether somebody's got their hand around them, somebody's doing something with them, and I do see them moved, but I just kind of see them sitting somewhere. So double check every area, make sure they didn't slide or fall or get knocked off somewhere. Or, because I do see a hand, I do see like this, but I see a movement, and to see them restored on your finger. Like I said, I'm not a great finder of things, yet I have to ask you this question. This is your wedding ring. Why is it more important to worry about hurting somebody's feelings than asking if anybody's seen them? I don't feel you're going to point a finger and say, hey, you took them. And so that's it. But it's support yourself in this and say, let people know your wedding rings are missing. And ask if anybody's seen them. That is a nice, easy question. And know it's one you deserve to ask. Because, gosh, you hold your breath in this. I mean, it's not, you're from your throat chakra, high heart, and heart. Everything just shuts down. What is your fear around this? Who do you think took them? See, there's where it is, and there's a fear somebody took them. And so what's going on in this area? But just see them back on your finger. Okay?
Great.
And the word misplaced just swam into my head. Why I use the term swam, I have no clue. So check around sources of water in the house. Sinks, not the toilet, sinks.
Well, Christine just posted, I disagree. You knew where I should look for the video of my rental property.
Yes. Oh, well, thanks a lot, Christine. Put me on the spot. Yeah, sometimes it works very good and other times it doesn't. And one of the, who else is attached to this? Is years ago, a friend of mine lost a piece of jewelry, but she didn't lose it. She put it away in a safe place. I'm very good at that, never finding it again. Anyway, there was a request from my late husband never to put anything in a safe place. Anyway, I called her mother in to assist her in finding the rings. And I could see a cupboard and I could see a drawer in her bathroom. And the woman kept telling me, no, she looked there. And so we called her mother in, and her mother took her back, basically through her, hearing her, into the bathroom, and she went through the drawer again in an area she didn't check, and her jewelry was there. Call in helpers. Helpers are good things. But I do feel you get your rings. So find them.
Great. Okay, Denise, we have a couple questions from Denise. She hopes Thanksgiving was super fun for you and me.
It was.
And is my healing trip to Tahoe going to happen, or am I asking too much of a new friend?
Okay, first of all, I do get the new friend isn't putting out all of how they're feeling. The word burden comes up. It's remembering, too, you can go to Tahoe in meditation, send your energy there, pick up whatever is necessary for what you call your healing, and yet see yourself going to Tahoe, whether it is with this friend or not with this friend, makes no difference. See yourself there. And get over to the California side. I love the Nevada side, but for whatever reason, it shows you journeying around to the California side, and there's some areas there that are amazing that you're meant to be in. So whether you do it with this friend, don't do it with this friend, makes no difference. Just see yourself in Tahoe. And then you said there's more to her question? I can't hear you, honey. There you are.
There we are. Push the button. Thank you. Unmute. Unmute.
I can see your mouth moving, but I heard nothing.
Okay. Now, we would like, Denise has asked, and other people have agreed, another money meditation.
Okay. This is about receiving again. Okay. First of all, I'm going to put it out there and be specific. I hear person after person say, I have abundance. I am abundant. And taking it for granted, that means money. And the thing about it is, our words have some meanings, and abundance means a lot of. I'm abundantly, my bank account is abundantly filled with money. That means I have a lot of money in my bank account, correct? But if I just say I have a lot of abundance in my bank, I could have a lot of abundance of workers, desks, paperweights, whatever. So let's be specific. This is, there's nervousness in people's power chakras. That has to do with the belief systems that you've had around money and actually saying that word, money.
It's a bad word.
I know. That's what people, you'd think it was a 4-letter word, but nope, it's not. I think it's 5 letters. Anyway, but people have such a hard time saying it. And so let's move through that. Money is a descriptive term applied to, paper or metals of something that supports us financially. I'm not out of getting it all out there. All it is descriptive term. You are not greedy if you ask for it. If you have an unlimited abundance of money, you are not a bad person. So, look at the belief systems you have around this. And I do believe this is the meditation she's talking about. I want everybody who's listening, and even if you listen later, hold your hands out. I'm just putting them palms up. You don't have to have them close together. What we want to do, we don't need to do this. That's kind of closing off. But it was to give the idea, hold your hands out, palms up. Now, in my hand, I want you to see just a stack of money. Let's put it at $100 bills, $1,000 bills, all spendable by me. in any way that I want to let this money support me. Do you notice that I said want? And there's a reason for that. People are taught to have enough for what they need, and then if there's extra, to then get their wants. It's limiting it. And again, a lot of that's training. I may want to pay all of my bills with this money. I may want to buy somebody something else with this money. My wants are mine. But anyway, back to this. See this beautiful stack of money in my hand? Now watch it easily dissolve into energy, because that is all it is energy. And since I'm looking at Nancy, I see this money has supported me in this beautiful way, and it goes out from my fingertips into Nancy's fingertips, and it serves her in any way she chooses. And it delights her to have it, and she freely lets it out her fingertips to the next person whose fingertips are touching hers, and they receive it with joy and love, and it supports them in any way they want. And they know it's unlimited. It's a flow of energy, and it comes back out and goes out the other fingertips into another person. And the same thing. It supports them in the way they desire. They know it's energy and it's infinite, and it easily is used and comes out. And look, it comes back to me. And I let it come in with grace and ease, and I use it in any way I choose. And I have no worry and no fear as it moves out again from me to Nancy, to the next person, to the next person. See it as an infinite flow of supportive energy. And you are deserving. You have worth and value. It is yours to have. The only belief systems around money are the belief systems that have been created by humankind. That there are those who have and there are those that have not. That it is not good, that it is evil. And it is not true. It is only what you use at this time to support you. So let it come in joyful ease and peace. Let it come from one to another, and keep the flow of this beautiful energy going. Delight in it as it comes to you. Send it out with joy and prayers of love, and you will find it continues and grows, and it is always there. You know, people are tingling. You know what happens when you raise your vibration? It opens the doors to receiving at the highest levels of what we call positive, what we call love. Good for all of you. There, I'm going to put another one out there, because we were talking when my bathroom did its bathroom thing. And I went into my fear going, oh my God, money. And my group always works with me. And I'm walking the human experience like everybody else. And I have my old issues, and they keep being brought up because some still have life in there. And so my attention's brought to them. And then I was reminded of something, and this is something I want each and every one of you to remember, is, humankind, many people remember, this karma, and they use it only in the negative. Oh man, they put that in, that karma's going to bite them in the butt, type thing. Oh, it's what they sent out. It'll come back at them. Forgetting all of the goodness, the good things that were sent out, and allowing that energy to come back. So easy to receive this bad stuff, that's training, that's belief systems. It's not understanding the full worth or value of who you are. And so my group said, hey, what about that cosmic bank? And I'm like, whoa, cosmic bank, what are we talking about? And I saw this big, beautiful bank. I mean, it was pretty darn impressive. And it saw me depositing into it after one good deed, after another, and all of that just sitting there waiting for me to withdraw whatever I needed from it. And so again, I saw this energy that flowed into it. And it was beautiful, sparkling gold and silver energy. And when it came out, it was beautiful, gold and sparkling silver energy. Remember, you've done beautiful things, good things, magnificent things, caring and loving things. That energy counts. Take a withdrawal from your cosmic bank. Let it come back to you. So there we go. We have addressed money today.
And the cosmic bank.
And the cosmic. I love that cosmic bank. It's fun.
So Kelly would like to know, how can I help my mom and dad get their house sold, and when do you see this coming together? Thank you so much.
Well, sweetie pie, support them in love. It's their journey. You have to let it go and let them do it. And that's exactly what just came in this moment, is we have this idea that we're to do for because we're related. And, with parents are getting elderly, la, 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 la. And they're saying no. They said, stand back, support them in love, see them having sold it. It's a challenge for them to let it go because it's what they've known as home. Remind them that, okay, you have these beautiful memories. It's been home. And now you're not losing anything. You're not leaving behind, all of these cherished memories. And just know that they're passing it off with love to the next owners and that they find their home that supports them in love. It feels like for some reason I see the male figure holding on to the house a little stronger than the female figure, your mother, father. And again, it's hard work. There's a belief it's hard work. It took so much to get this, and will they get as good, and all of that. Send them loving thoughts of letting them know that yes, it will be easy. Not will be, it is easy. Let's take it into the present. And it does feel like it sells more at the first of the year than it does right this moment. So look more February-ish, January, February, possibly into March. But remind them, emotionally let go. If they're holding on to it that way, it's going to be a challenge for them to let it go or to sell it.
Okay, and from Monique, if there's time, and there is, will my light duty job I start tomorrow lead me to stay with it or go back to my original unit at work?
What do you want to do, honey? That's what I'm going to do. I'm throwing the ball in your court. Here's the reason, is because there's that part of you that feels you're at the mercy of, and that somehow you failed by having an injury that puts you on light duty. Look at it as a way that you created a new form of work that actually is easier on you, and look at it as an adventure. It's step out of your mind a little, and that's going to support you more. Instead of just go in and just do the job and know that you do it fabulously and let it take you to the next step. What it shows me is that you're coming up to go to a crossroads. Do I go to this direction or that direction? It is your choice. You do have the opportunity to go back to what you were doing. But if you choose not to go that direction, it is fine to step into a new direction. Meditate on this a little bit and ask yourself what you really want. What direction is it that you want to go? This is your time to remember to be empowered by you. And it does feel like this job is very interesting for you. So it just adds to your repertoire, is the way they're saying it. It lets you step back into work where you're actually allowing yourself to take a little physical break from things. Your body keeps slowing you down so that you will take a break. Pay attention to what your body's telling you.
Okay, and Monique made a couple of comments. I'm happy to learn something new. Thank you. Okay, so good. Yeah. We had a couple of other comments. Teresa, when we were talking about our money, what about an overabundance of disposable money? It sounds like I'm throwing it away, but I know what
Well,
you
if I have an
mean.
overabundance of it, I can just let it go and come back. I love this. And the thing is when we look at it, what I noticed when that was written and said, it's seeing it only as in a solid form.
Mm-hmm.
Let yourself see it as energy that easily moves and comes back to you. There's the idea of disposable. It's like, yes, I have it to use here, but it always comes back to me and supports me in any way. Everything's energy in our world. We are energy. Everything is fluid and in movement. And so it's if we're holding hard and fast to an idea, that limits us, stop and think of that idea and see how you may make it or choose to turn it into moving, flowing. I guess moving and flowing are the same type of thing. Energy. Look at any deserving issues you have too, and receiving issues. Spirit sent two women into my life here, 10 years ago or something. Both of them had a lot more money than I had. And they kept, it was my turn to learn receiving because I had a lot of issues around that. And I noticed my throat chakra started to block up. Oh my goodness. See, we're all in our process. We do it in a way that works for us. Anyway, these women kept gifting me expensive things. And there was no way that I could give expensive things back to them. I didn't have it. And, it just kept happening. I kept hearing, just say thank you, just say thank you. And we're still dear friends to this very day. Anyway, and I did. And then finally the full message came in. No, I could not give them back the same type of things. Monetarily they had more. And it wasn't my job. I wasn't obligated. It was receiving with grace. And then when it was my turn to give with grace, whoever it was that I was to give to, and whatever it was I was to give them, came in. That's how we keep that flow going. And that was a lesson. Allow it to come in, receive it with love and grace. Allow yourself to give with love and grace. And watch your world just turn around. Yeah. Bless all the money you send out. Just bless it.
I know some people put on lipstick and kiss their checks, but, I think that I'm not going to go that far. Plus, I don't send many checks anymore. When you talk about money being energy anymore, I pay all my stuff online. It is energy. It is totally energy.
Well, think even on the grocery stores. Most of us are using a debit or something.
Right. I don't write a check.
Yeah, I do because I found a whole bunch of them, and so I thought I might use these checks. Yeah, they're probably about 2 years old, 3 years old because I use my debit.
So we got a couple of people wanting some more questions, but we've been on 43 minutes for a 20-minute show, and I don't know why I say this is a 20-minute show. We've never done 20 minutes. But Cherry has got some clients she needs to get ready for, and I'm going to apologize that I can't get to all the questions. Elizabeth and let's see, Chappelle. Would you post your questions for next week when I get the graphic up for posting? And Elizabeth, you want a message? Would you please be more specific? I'm asking not just you, but everyone that just wants to know if there's a message. Please be a little more specific about what you want the message about.
Oh, see, that's it. When we are not specific, there's a feeling of hiding or guardedness. That's not letting your energy go or flow. Or a lack of deserving. I don't deserve to ask for whoever to bring me a message. Or it's a test. Well, I got to see if she's going to get it right. Well, I don't do them. Sorry. That's, that puts everything out of integrity and out of alignment. And if you aren't trusting and believing, then, you're going to be taken to people you can't trust or believe. See, there's reasons, but the reason I ask you be specific is, yes, there could be a message. And it may be from somebody you're dearly wanting to hear from. but somebody else will come in and take that place, and you're going to walk away disappointed. So look at all of the reasoning behind this. You know, you deserve to have a message from the person or entity or energy that you desire to have. You know, claim yourself and let yourself ask. And of course, you know, people will say, well, is there a message? Well, yeah. Your grocer says, next time don't take so long in line. People are behind you. So is that the message you actually want? Then that's actually for somebody. I am not kidding. That is out there. No, Elizabeth, not you. Somebody else, you know, is going to be picking up on the grocer himself.
All right, kiddo.
Okay.
I was going to say something and I don't remember what it was. Oh, yes. Some people will write just a small question, maybe because they're a little concerned about being sharing their personal information. And if you want to get more personal and that you would like on a public forum like this, then do go to Cherry's website. I put the link on the page just now, and I can put it in the comments. Go to her website and book a session, and that way you get all of her, and you don't have to share with anybody.
And that's true.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what I got. I got very guarded around this, and so there's some people that are worried about somebody else seeing it or hearing it, and some of this is too personal. Too personal to put over the internet. So understand you deserve more of a insight than the few minutes I can give here in this format. This doesn't replace when it's time to have a deeper session. This only gets to skim the tops, and there's so much more going on with you. So, yeah. And I guess it's time to say bye-bye, everybody. Have a wonderful week. I'll be back next Wednesday. Oh. Check on the website. I've updated where I'm going to be for a few months. The different events. I might be in your area. You never know. Because we're going to be in Hawaii in May. We're going to be in Tampa, Florida, June. Portland, I think, before that. Who knows? Who knows where else we will be? Somewhere.
I talked to my cousin in Santa Fe the other day, and he said, you guys need to come down here. So, just saying.
Yeah, that's it. That feels good. Yeah. So, just check it out, see where we are. And I love y'all.
All right.
Have a great work and have a great work. Yeah, you can have a great work too. But what I meant to say is have a great week and know you deserve the very best.
Great. Thanks so much. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.